Hey guys, and welcome to the Calmlands, the place of never-ending side quests on Let's Play Final Fantasy X. Last time, we had sexy party time with Yuna and Titus. This time, we already talked to this guy as well, made sure to get any of the items we need from them, because he will not be here after we take a little walk here. Okay, so we do have a new guy here. As I said last time, this guy you can steal poison fangs from if you want those. Weak to ice, easy enough to take down. You are weak to fire, so I want a fire blade for you. And you can steal, I believe it's, let's see here, I think it's Hypello potions from them, or maybe just high potions. Yeah, Hypello potions, okay. They start to do a decent amount of damage at this point. Pull you out, get Kamari in here. Make sure to be stealing the fire gems, because you will want them for later. Yeah, we can have you finish that off. That's more than good. And we'll bring in Yuna. Steal. Fail to steal. Let's try that again. I want at least 2 out of this battle. Thank you. Titus is going to do actually nothing in this fight. Go figure. It's been a long time since Titus hasn't had to do anything in a fight. And as soon as I learn the level 3 elemental spells, we'll be using those instead. Go. Now, there is someone that's floating around down here that you could talk to. But I would recommend going to the center first. If you notice down on the left there, yeah, Belgamine is down there. But you don't want to go talk to her yet. You probably want to save first. That'd be a good idea. We're going to head to the center here.
The only way to go is forward.
I've been running into pretty much all the same enemies. It's kind of boring. Once you arrive here, we get to have a little rest and talk with some people here for a little bit.
Father Zook.
Long time no see.
Okay.
You are Yuna? You certainly don't look like Maester Kinok's murderer.
Of course they
What you
spun
say?
things, didn't they?
Please, tell us what has happened.
Maester Micah just issued a personal order, you know. It said that you and your guardians murdered Maester Kinok and fled. We are to kill you on sight, or so it says.
We didn't kill Kinok, we killed Seymour. Twice.
Things are calm on the surface, but the depths are turbulent.
Yeah,
After
no
the
doubt.
death of Maester Kinok, Kelk Ronso left Yevon.
Oh,
Convenient. Getting around will be easier with Yevon in disarray.
no doubt.
But be careful, my friends. You have been branded enemies of Yevon. You should avoid temples for the time being.
That's a good point.
Thank you, Father
They,
Zook,
I
for
believe
your
they
warning.
chase us out
Father,
of
you
any
came
of the
all the way
temples.
here just to tell us this?
Maybe
To
even
tell the
cities.
truth,
Can't
I
remember.
was a little curious to see this summoner you are guarding. I hope her pilgrimage goes well. For your sake, too.
Yeah, I'm sure if
Thank
she had a
you,
good
Father.
pilgrimage, it would forgive
I must
all
be off.
transgressions.
I shall pray for all of you.
Well, that was interesting. Where did you come from? Were you from Bavel? Alright, let's start talking to people.
Nessie,
What is?
Yevon, Micah and Seymour are not of one mind. Remember what Seymour said last we met. I do not think Micah will concur.
Yeah, that spiral of death
If
thing.
Yevon founders, so will Spira.
So then why are we going against
If
them?
Yevon founder,
Okay, shut up. I'll talk to Riku.
She's not stopping, is she?
Nope.
Yuna, she's made her decision.
Decision's been made.
I can't just let her go.
We won't have to. We'll save Yuna even if she calls the final Aeon.
But how?
I'll think of a way.
But what if you can't?
tired of talking to you. It's always but this, but that.
The delivery is more funny than the line itself, but...
Let's think together.
Okay.
And if we can't think of something,
Uh-huh.
we find another way.
So if we can't think of
Okay.
something, we'll think of something. Wait a minute. Something's wrong here.
This is a toughie.
Okay, same line over again. If you go over and talk to this guy... Hello. I have a message from Sid. He says... We've gone to repair the airship. We'll come and get you when we're done. Till then, keep Una safe, or you'll be sorry, kid. There we go. Let's talk to you.
Who was that?
Until half a year ago, he was a summoner. Waka and I were his guardians.
No, it's not your first,
Kind
is
of
it?
a short pilgrimage.
He gave up halfway. Here, on this plane.
That's not really halfway.
Now he is a monk at the Bavel Temple.
Okay.
This is my third pilgrimage as a guardian.
Third.
Father Zook was my second, and my first, well, it ended here too.
That's
I've never been to the lands beyond.
cryptic.
Mount Gagazet towers to the north, and Zanarkand lies beyond that.
Yeah, there's only 2 more areas.
Mount
Okay,
Gagazet
shut up. Una?
So, we are officially traitors then.
Yes, we are.
Hey, let them say what they want.
Pretty much.
It's okay. I'm not worried.
You don't sound unworried.
Well, maybe just a little.
Yep.
It's so hard not to be.
I don't blame you at
Hey,
all.
it's okay to worry. And if it gets too rough, just yell.
Just
Yeah.
don't laugh out loud anymore.
Okay. I might just do that.
Yeah.
I wonder if my father got lost here too.
We're not lost.
Maybe. With my old man helping him.
Haha.
Maybe I'll ask Sir Orin.
Sounds like a good
Warren?
idea.
Well, that grouch never tells me anything.
Kind of true.
That is none of your business.
Children.
Not that he keeps out of other people's business. You know what I mean?
Anything else?
Just a little farther. To Zanarkand.
Sounds like a final line to me. You don't see anything else after
If
that,
you
do
haven't found-
Okay. Go over here, talk to Waka.
When I was guarding Zook, I already told you this, yeah? About when I was too into the game to be a good guardian.
Okay.
So, when Father Zook said he wanted out, tell you the truth, I was kind of glad. Zanarkand's right around the corner. So close already. Zanarkand's right around the
Okay, you have nothing else to say. Go around here, talk to Kamari.
Gagazet is Ronso land. Kimari home.
Oh,
Hey, we might meet your family.
this is
Kimari has no
Spirit,
family.
dude. You
Oh.
should realize that by now.
Sorry.
But Kimari not alone. Sacred mountain Gagazet. Not changed for 1,000 years.
Well, mountains are always changing.
Sacred mountain.
Okay, shut up. Alright, so we talked to everybody there. If you talk to you... Do you have anything of use for me? Stats plus 10. We're going... at least I think, according to the walkthrough I've been following, we're going to get weapons with plus 10 stats and then 2 empty slots in the next area. I had a memory of that not being true, so I'm not 100% sure. But we can always come back here and get these weapons later. You can get HP plus 10, but we already had access to that for quite some time. You could get a ductile rod for Una and then throw sensor on it, or magic plus 5 if you wanted to. I'm not going to worry about that right now. No real need for that. In the case of Waka, do I really need a non-elemental weapon that's that good? No, probably not. The minor amounts that you get from that kind of stuff isn't really a big deal. Alright, so we'll make a save file there. And now we can go to leave. Now I think all of our characters come out for a little while, but once we get to a certain point, they'll stop doing that. Alright, our next place to go is directly to the right here. We're going to run all the way right, and there is a little hole in the side of the mountain we need to head to. Okay, pretty much all the enemies have been the same so far. There are a lot of new enemies around here. Some of them are really rare to encounter, so I'm hoping to show off some of them, but of course I'm not going to find them right now, am I? Well, that's all right. Well, we don't really need to find them right now, but we do need to find it as soon as we get in there. Do note that you get high potions when you fight whatever those guys are, the Machina guys. Oh, here we go. I probably should have healed, but that's fine. We have Chimera Brains, vulnerable to threaten if you look up there, and darkness and silence work well. So we're going to try and make use of that. Let's use Dark Buster on this one. And head down here, I'm sure we've got one around here somewhere, a Silence Grenade. There we go. And these guys, as you can see, have almost 10,000 HP, and I believe they're susceptible to Demi, so that would be a good thing to start off the fight with. Yeah, decent amount of damage at this point, being able to deal that much. Silence won't protect you from his skills, which do a lot of damage, so kind of be aware of that. Unfortunately, Riku's a little low on HP, but you do want to steal from these guys. You want to be able to steal up to 4 ice gems, so I'm going to try and get those in this battle. We're going to use... Actually, we're not going to use you. We're going to bring in Yuna. And special we're going to use with you... Where is it? Smoke Bombs. We protected ourselves from darkness on the one turn with Dark Buster, but this will last longer. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to cast Cure Spell on Riku. And then we'll see if we can get a second one here, or not. These guys can use Aqua Breath, and you could probably learn Aqua Breath from them if you haven't learned it already. Going to need to heal relatively shortly here. Let's bring in Kamari here, get a third thief going here. Game, come on. Play nice. Game? You gonna let me steal anytime soon? There we go, jeez. Had a 50% chance to do it. Don't hit Riku, or don't hit Yuna. There we go, perfect. So now we can bring in Titus. Titus can start beating away on him with an overkill. Gotta love that. And then I do want to steal from this guy as well. Hopefully this one's a little nicer to me. 50% chance? Of course not. There we go. Now we got that. And we can bring Orn in. Unfortunately, he's going to do a lot less damage because he's got fire on his weapon. But we'll just bring Titus back in and he can finish things off. Or not. That works too. Well, I can try and steal one more time, sure. And Titus finished. Wow, that was not enough for an overkill. Huh. Oh well. That's fine. We did get what we wanted out of that. I'm not going to risk it. I need to start curing myself a little more often in between fights there. I might have made it. Maybe? Would I have made it? I would have made it. Get ready to listen to this music for a long time. Yeah, everybody knows what we're doing here. What's this thing? It's alive. This is a training area that Lord Mihen constructed for the Crusaders. Here you can hone battle skills by fighting fiends gathered from all over Spira. But the fiends got away because he screwed up. Too old to gather the fiends now, so you're in quite a fix. That's where you come in. Can you round up the fiends for me? They'll be nice fat rewards, and they are nice rewards. Oh boy, are they ever. Any items you win during training are yours to keep for free. Of course, you have to pay to fight all the monsters. But anyway, not a bad deal. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to do this. If you're not doing any post-game stuff, don't worry about this at all. Actually, there is one advantage to doing it if you're just gonna run straight to the end of the storyline of the game, and I will be going for that while we're here. You need to defeat it with a special kind of weapon. At the low price, of course. Alright, so he's gonna keep babbling here. He wants us to go to the Calmlands and collect at least one of every monster here in the Calmlands. Now, while you're doing this, if you don't capture all of them in the Calmlands, you can go to other areas and capture those enemies too. They won't show up on his list until you capture at least one of every enemy in the Calmlands, though. But they still count toward your capture total, just in case anyone was wondering about that. There are 9 species of enemies in the Calmlands, and I think we've seen 4 of them. And also, enemies that have that are mechs don't count, and who else doesn't count? Mimics don't count. We haven't run into them yet. Any kind of mechanical enemies, whether they're Machina or just like big giant robots or anything like that, like the ones we fought in Bavel, those aren't capturable as well. So anyway, we're gonna get a sword. By the way, this is all based on physical damage, so if you got one for, say, Lulu, she could not capture an enemy with a fire spell or Firaga or anything like that. It has to be a physical attack, so getting one for Lulu, as well as getting one for Yuna, are completely pointless. Get one for Waka. I'm going to get one for Kamari, but I'm not going to equip it quite yet. We're going to get one for Orin. And we're going to get one for Riku that I'm also not going to equip yet. Okay, so yeah, that's how that works. These weapons will all have the capture ability on them. It's the only place in the game you can get the capture ability. This guy does have holy waters, so I would like to pick up about 20 of those. That should help me along there. You'll want them before moving on to Mount Gagazet, which is kind of the next area we're heading to. And you can check out the fiends you captured so far. This is just the list of what's in the Calmlands, and so we don't really need to take a look at that. Okay, now that we have these weapons, I would like to do a little bit of customizing with them, assuming I have the pieces I need in order to do that. No, that's Fire Strike. I'm looking for First Strike, not Fire Strike, so yeah, no, not for now. For Waka's, I'm going to put the Sensor ability on. Now, I can always come back and buy another one for Waka later on that has a different ability, but that's what I want on it for now. And Beastmaster, I want to put Piercing on, because all of Orin's other weapons have had Piercing on them, so the only real reason I need him to attack enemies to capture them is enemies that are armored. So we're going to add Piercing to that. It uses a level 2 key sphere. And we don't have anything that I want to put on any of the other ones for now, but that will change. Okay, so now that we've done that, probably a good idea to save. So now that we've done this, though, what happens is pretty much every enemy that we fight, any normal enemy, we're going to want to kill with characters that have capture weapons. So at the current point, the only characters I have that are going to be dealing killing blows are Titus, Orin, and Waka, which means that all of the flans that are around here, which are going to take a lot less damage from our normal attacks, are going to be killed by our physical attacks. So it's going to take quite a bit of extra time for doing that. So unless we're running into new enemies, I will be cutting out most of these battles. But the one point I wanted to make is that what you should be doing is using like a low-level Blizzard spell, and then have Titus come in and capture it. So that's one way of doing that. And then I've got Orin set up to capture these guys pretty easily. And at this point in the game, don't worry about overkills on anything except bosses. Don't worry about them. Chances are you won't get a lot of them, and it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. You can get Poison Fangs from them if you want them. I don't really care at the moment. You already did something. Riku can steal, sure, why not? Yeah, Poison Fangs inflict poison with higher accuracy than the bio spell, so you may want a few of those. Guard, and then bring in Waka for the finishing blow. If you can get an overkill, cool, but don't go out of your way trying to get it. So we've already got 3 of the different types of enemies around here. There are 6 more. And if you had talked to him again, he would have told you that the rarer types of fiends and the stronger types of fiends are in the northwest corner. So that's where we're going to head once we get over there. Okay, we could fight these guys too. That works. These guys are corals, and you can steal mana springs from them. I think I want 4 of those for some reason. I don't know why off the top of my head. There's a lot of enemies around here that will drain your, or will have elemental strength, so they have elemental damage, so be aware of that. Note that these guys will cast Drain and Blaster when low on HP, so even though I could do something at the moment, I don't really want to damage them. Not until I can get multiple turns together to kill them outright. They do cast Silence and Blizzara spells. Not that I'm particularly worried about that. We'll bring in Titus. And if he criticals, he can overkill them. Awesome. One attack here. Whoa. And the reason why you don't want to see Blaster, I will show you here. Lulu hasn't done anything. We just guard with her. And yeah, we'll bring in Waka. Why not? No, you don't want to attack yet. So this is Blaster. It inflicts instant death. Okay, it does petrification. That works too. Bring in Yuna. I could use something else, but I have more than enough Albed potions, so we'll just use that instead. Get a little bit of healing going as well. And we'll pull Titus back in to attempt an overkill. But yeah, so you'll run into those guys, and you can get items from them if you want to. The mana springs. I can't remember what they do off the top of my head here. Let's take a quick look here. Let's see. What? Mana springs. Oh, magic +5. Oh, there's 2 of them. Okay, so that's what it's useful for. On armor, it'll do magic defense +5. So there's that if you want to put that on. I don't need it as much as I thought I did, but I remember looking at it during some of my research within the last week or so, so figured I'd at least take a look. We'll get all the way back over here. Okay, now as you're continuing along, I would capture up to 10 of every monster if possible. Just capture enemies as you run into them, and that's you can max out at a total of 10 of them. And once you max out at 10, you'll see a new line. Instead of saying monster captured or whatever it says, it'll say cannot exceed 10 limit or something like that. So you'll know when you've maxed out the amount that you can capture. And if you're not going to do any of the post-game stuff, don't worry about doing it. But if you do want to do the post-game stuff, all the Monster Arena stuff and stat maxing and everything like that, then I would go out of your way to try and get that stuff all figured out. The other thing of note is this is Nida. She is a very good defensive player if you want to sign her. I'm not going to do that right now because I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to go about Blitzball in the immediate future. I do want to do a little bit, but not too much. So, yeah, she's a good replacement for Zealots, but keep Rop for the entirety of the game. Even, like, he's basically the best defensive character in the game from level 1 or level 5 or whatever he starts at, all the way up to level 99. So, definitely keep him around. But basically, I usually choose my other defense to be either Nida or Zealots, both of which are relatively good at low levels. Nida's advantage, I think she's faster. I could be wrong. Anyway, that's pretty much all the time we have for today. Next time, we will be doing side quests, and if you're expecting me to jump straight to going to Gagazet and continuing on with the plot, we will be continuing the plot a little bit next time, but beyond that little bit of just kind of moving on to fight the next boss and watch 1 or 2 cutscenes, we're going to be floating around the Comlands for quite some time. I want to do a bunch of the extra kind of mini games that I can do around here now so that I don't get sandwiched with a whole whack ton of them at the end of the game. So I want to split them up. You know, we did the lightning dodging one as we came. We did the butterfly one as, you know, we got to that point. Here, we're going to do a bunch focusing on chocobos. Next time, we will not be doing the worst one involving chocobos, though. So, anyway, that's pretty much all for this one, and I'll see you guys next time.